that's a very African part of me, you know.
Right.
So I don't know if that answered your
But can
question.
you speak Chido?
No, I can't.
No.
I'm trying
Why?
to learn, because this is the thing. My family, So I grew up in a home where they were speaking Norwegian, English, Ewe, Ga.
Okay.
And the two of the Ewe and the Ga and the English were always mixed.
Okay.
So in the beginning, I think Dad tried to teach my older sister, and he tried to teach me small, so we can hear a little bit of the Ewe.
Okay.
But
The
this
other-
is the thing: when you have all these different languages, it becomes confusing.
Yeah. That's understandable.
It's not too late though. I want to learn
Oh
Tree
yes,
and
you should.
Ewe.
At least the basics.
Yeah.
If I say it's saying,
Yeah.
yeah, that is great. So when did music start for you?
It's always been a part of my life. I grew up in a family with musicians. So my father is a musician, my sister is a musician, my mom has been singing in a choir. So we always had music around, so it was always there. But professionally, I would say around 2016, 2017,
Okay.
that's when I started exploring my own sound and writing and all of that.
So you write your own songs?
Yeah.
And how has that been? And before that, what was the first song that you wrote?
The very first song that I wrote is called Obligations.
Obligation.
And the whole thing is a conversation between me and God. I'm asking.
Right.
At the first verse, I'm saying, can I write a song about wanting to write, but that I never dared? Can I write that putting pen to paper is scary? Like, all of these things. So it's actually just a bunch of questions. And funny enough, when I perform live, very often that's the song that people feel the most. People start crying and these kind of things because they're like, oh, there are a lot of people who have dreams that they're almost hiding from the world because they're scared to step into the light, you know, and show what they really want to do. So the first song was that, and it's more of a vulnerable acoustic kind of thing. And then I later moved into more of my own mix of Afrobeats, R&B, hip-hop, dancehall. Yeah.
But you know that you have a very unique sound because you have like the musical background. You also have have Ghanaian and Norwegian and all of that. Your sound sounds unique.
Okay.
But how would you call your genre of music? Because you're talking about R&B, you're talking about Afrobeats.
You know, the term R&B, I think we forget about it because all we think about is Usher and these people.
Right.
It stands for rhythm and blues. I feel like that makes sense. So if the rhythm is the Afrobeats and the blues is that part of it that's kind of like vulnerable, jazzy, that's why I feel like R&B, I'm okay with that genre on top of the Afrobeats.
Right.
But I think it was Burna Boy who said he made the term Afrofusion. That's when you put Afrobeats as the base, and then you take influence from hip-hop, dancehall, R&B, soul. So that I think Afrofusion is probably the most relevant term in 2024. But people have all different ideas, you know? That's why actually, depending on where I am, I'll use a different word. Because in Norway, for instance, they hardly know Afrobeats. Then they hear my music. At some point, some critic was even saying, oh, this is amazing reggaeton.